Well, good morning, everybody. Hello. Hey, it's Becky from Power Tools with Thread. You are in our Stitchuation room. Miss Frito heard me talking. Here she comes. This is a Monday through Friday virtual stitching retreat where you hang out with me in here and follow me on my sewing journey. And I hope I can inspire you guys to put something under the needle. Look at everybody in the chat. Hello, everybody. Hi. Great to see y'all. Thank you for joining me. You guys are up and at 'em really early. Let's give Miss Frito her treat so that she and I can get down to business. Me talking to you and her chewing. So you want to, hello, come on. Come here, sweet girl. We'll come over here. Everybody likes to see the Frito. Yes, they do. We're going to say good morning to Frito. There you go. There's one. I had to restock the sticks, the little chew sticks. Here we go. Because she went right through them. Yes, she did. She's a good girl. You want your stick? Yeah? Okay. Go brush your teeth. Bye-bye. She's gone now. She'll go into the other room. Awesome. Hugs and belly rubs is what you get, Frito. Okay, bye. Have a good day. Yay, Embroidery Thursday. Sandy's here. Yay, yay, yay. So you guys, I'm going to be going to a class at the end of the month with Lisa Shaw from sew-bubbles.net. And I think it's .net, might be. She might have got the .com. Anyway, neither here nor there. And just look up Sew Bubbles, and it's sew-bubbles. So she is an Embrilliance educator, and Embrilliance is one of my favorite pieces of embroidery software. And I match the sewing room. Yeah, I like white and pink and light colors. Yeah, it's too hot here in Texas for dark colors. I'm in deep South Texas, just southeast of San Antonio. So, okay. So I've been playing with Embrilliance for years. I am no instructor. Let me just throw that out there right now. And I only know what I know with Embrilliance embroidery software. Now, Embrilliance is what we would call a third party that's kind of the way it's marketed or so. If you ever go to an embroidery machine dealership and you want to buy or maybe a piece of software comes with it to help you, they'll pitch you this, you can make all these designs and do all this stuff and blah, 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 and all the fonts and all of put your grandkid's name on there and all of these things, okay? Because the machine will come with embroidery designs and fonts inside of it already. Most of them will. I think all of them do. And then there's a piece of software and that they will try to promote with it. Or I know sometimes when you go to a Brother dealership, they give you what they call a +1. So you can get a piece of software or you can get another hoop or whatever, right? So most machines will have a preferred brand of software that they would like you to use. And that's just because they have a contract with that particular company. However, that software, all embroidery software, as far as I know, will work with all embroidery machines. Okay, all of them do. So if you go to buy a Brother, they will want you to buy either BES, which is Brother embroidery software, or PE Design. Okay, and PE Design, I think the P stands for Pacesetter. They have a contract with this software developer, Pacesetter. Anyway, I'm just familiar with that because I've got those down here. I don't have PE Design. Anyway, so you don't have to get that. Okay. Now, since I don't work for Brother and I'm not a Brother ambassador, I can tell you that. You don't have to get that software. Now, the dealer wants you to get the software. It's good for them, if you're a dealer, for them to have you buy the software. However, if you go to buy the software all by itself, it's like, I don't know, $1,100, $1,200, whatever. Okay. It's very expensive. Whereas you can get a third-party software, which I consider Embrilliance a third-party software. I think Embroidered's another one. Dime is another one. Dime doesn't go with any specific machine per se, but Kim says no, it's $1,600. So maybe you could get another hoop if you're doing a +1 deal or whatever, get another hoop, get another module of whatever you want, and save the money that you would get with the software and get Embrilliance instead, because all embroidery software, whether it's Artista for Janome, Baby Lock has one. Okay. Brother has PE Design. What Husqvarna, they probably have one. FOF, whatever it is, they all have some kind of software that they want to have go with. They'll say the manufacturer, this is the one the manufacturer wants you to use. Well, that's because the manufacturer has a contract. It's not because that machine only works with that software. That's the dirty little secret. Okay, just FYI. Whereas you can go and get Embrilliance and you can use that. You go file, save as, okay, just like in Word or whatever. And you can save it to all home embroidery machine formats. And it's a fraction of the cost of regular embroidery machine software, of that other stuff, the ones that are, four digits. So that's just a little background. I have played with very expensive software. I've found it hard. What software are dealers recommending? I already have gotten Embrilliance. Oh, well, then you're good. You don't need any special software to go with any particular machine. Embrilliance will work. You don't need anything else. That's what I'm telling you. Okay. The software does not work on your embroidery machine. The software works on your computer. Okay. That's the thing. And you save the design into the format for your machine, and every single piece of embroidery software, I don't care who makes it, saves to all home embroidery machine formats. So why not get the one that's easiest to use? Why not get the one that is the least expensive? As far as I'm concerned, I haven't found one that's less expensive. And today I'm going to show you where you can get some free stuff. Okay. Right. So Frida says her NQ1700E, which is a Brother machine, came with the BES program, but it's tough to learn. BES is actually pretty simple. And Frida, if you look at any of my videos on Simply Applique, that is a module inside of BES, and I take you through how to use that a little bit. Okay. So Vernia software, okay, crazy expensive. Yeah, Joanne uses Vernia software. Vernia is great software, all right? But you don't have to use Vernia software with a Vernia machine. You can use Embrilliance. And so that's what I'm trying to get around, okay? So some embroidery software only work on Windows machines. Embroidery software likes to work on Windows. You can, if you have a Mac, you might have to run Parallels in order to run other high-end embroidery software that only works on Windows, which is another module you have to buy for your Mac. Whereas Embrilliance works on both Windows and a Mac. Okay. And something also for you guys, embroidery software only works on, well, I'll put it this way. It will not work on mobile devices. All right. So embroidery software doesn't work on a phone, and it won't work on a tablet, and it won't work on a Chromebook. So if you're looking for a computer for your embroidery software, stay away from Chromebooks. Chromebooks, for one, they fall apart after a couple of months and stop working. But two, it's been my experience, personal experience, lasted for 4 months. Two, the Chromebook is only designed to like surf the internet. That's really all it is. It's a giant web browser, and it uses apps. Okay. If you're going to be running a full software suite, then you need either a desktop or a laptop. And I'm talking to you right now on my desktop, and we're going to go over to my MacBook. It's right there when we get over to the machine. Now, right now through the 17th, Embrilliance is having a 10% off coupon with a coupon code. And I've got a link below. If you are interested in it, you don't have to have it, of course, but if you're interested in it, I would so appreciate if you'd use my link. That helps support this channel more than you know. Okay. So Embrilliance also, so let's now, I'm just going to talk about Embrilliance from now on and no other pieces of software. Okay. Because I don't know those other pieces of software well enough to get into them. But I do want to talk to you about Embrilliance. I love Embrilliance because the platform functions much like Microsoft Office, Word, PowerPoint, like that. Okay. That's very much how it functions and how it looks. It almost has a Windows 98 feel to it with the little icons across the top and whatnot. And so and I call Embrilliance the Liberty Mutual of embroidery software. You only pay for what you need. So if you are not a digitizer yet, right? You don't plan on digitizing anything. You don't have to buy that piece of the software, which is called Stitch Artist, for you to start digitizing. And that means creating stitches, drawing stitches from nothing. Okay. Oh, also quick note, you cannot edit unless you're allowed to, whether you have Stitch Artist or not, pre-existing embroidery designs. Okay. You can't, I mean, unless you've got some really, really high-end stuff like Hatch or something like that, Wilcom, where you can go in and actually manipulate pre-purchased designs, okay, things that you've purchased. So you guys, you only need to get what you need. And what we're doing today, you can actually do with the free version of Embrilliance. And Embrilliance has a couple of different free versions, okay? They have one version, which is the demo mode, and that only allows you to poke around and play and see. You can't save, you can't print, you can't do anything like that. You cannot transfer the design to a machine in any way. Okay. So, okay. So some software will have monthly subscriptions. Embrilliance does not. Once you buy it, it goes on all of your computers. Today, this is the policy. Okay. It might change in the future, but as of today, March 6, 2025, and it's been this way for years since I've been using it, you can install it on as many computers as you want for your lifetime. They issue you a lifetime license. So I have the exact same license of Embrilliance installed on this desktop that I'm talking to you on right now, on that MacBook. Okay. Same license. On the computer I have down at our coastal home, exact same license. And as my interest in doing more things in embroidery software has grown, I have purchased more modules each time a sale came up or I had a coupon or something like that. Okay. So that's really neat. Sharon wants to know what's the difference between Stitch Artist 2 and 3. Stitch Artist 2 and 3 has more buttons, and it makes your digitizing much faster because it has a lot of shortcut buttons in there instead of you going through a whole bunch of steps. Okay. And Stitch Artist is a progressive chunk. Okay. It's a progressive chunk. If you buy one, you only get what's in one. If you buy Stitch Artist 2, you get what's in 1 and 2. If you buy 3, you have all of the tools that are in all of the modules of Stitch Artist so that you have everything that you would need. So if you buy 1 and you want to get 3, there is an upgrade from 1 to 3, so you don't have to pay for 1 again. I think that's very nice. That's a very nice thing, right? Coffee. Okay. Fewer gray hairs with Stitch Artist 3. Amen, Cindy. That's right. Yes, and with Embrilliance, you buy it once. It also doesn't have a dongle. We have a copy of the Stitch Artist, not Stitch Artist, my apologies, Artista, and it has a little USB that you have to put into the machine, into your computer in order for the software to operate. Embrilliance does not do that. So it's, and the nice thing about Embrilliance is, they'll notify you of updates. Okay. And when you get the update, it's free as well. You're not paying for updates. I know a friend of mine who's into some embroidery software for upwards of $10,000. She's had it for so long and she has to buy the updates. All right. You don't have to do that with Embrilliance. So that's why I love Embrilliance. Their customer service is so responsive. Every single time I've emailed them, even before I had a channel, I get a response within 24 hours. I put in a contact. So yes, they have a sale going on right now. So it's just an awesome thing. Also, if you are considering getting embroidery software, which you do not have to do, okay? If you have an embroidery machine, you can use just what's in the machine and you're off to the races. All right. So, okay. So for the most part, they have a couple of extra modules that you have to download that are separate, maybe some font packages and that type of thing. But Embrilliance uses a working file that's called a BE file. And it's a file extension. It's dot, which is like the little period, and then B as in Bravo and E as in Echo, .be. That's the Embrilliance working file, okay? That working file only works in Embrilliance software. All right. So if you have a different version of software and you want to play with the BE design in Express that we're going to, because you don't want to buy Embrilliance and you've got this other software and you can download it, okay, into Express and then save it as an embroidery design. And then you can play with it. It's weird the way embroidery software works. So I'm just trying to help y'all with that. All right. Sezi Mocha Crafts, if you want to digitize your own patterns. So you guys, right now, you can get Stitch Artist 3. To digitize your own patterns, I would get Stitch Artist 3. I would get Essentials. I would get Enthusiast, and I would get Thumbnailer. Those are the 4 that I would get. And for less than $1,000, you are off to the races. And that's all you need forevermore. You do not have to buy any more software. You've got the top of the line of what it is that they have. So when you install Embrilliance, you essentially are installing the entire platform. Okay. And then once you buy another module, you just load the serial number in onto that piece of software, on that module that you bought, restart the program. You don't have to download it again. And now you get more buttons to play with. So, all right. Well, you liked me, Bonnie Winner. I liked you. I like you too. Thank you. I appreciate all the likes, you guys. So it is expensive. All embroidery software where you can digitize is expensive. Okay. If Stitch Artist 3 is out of your reach, just get Stitch Artist 2 until you can afford the upgrade from 2 to 3. Easy peasy. You don't have to do that. The biggest thing you get with Enthusiast is the ability. The 2 big things that I love in Enthusiast is the ability to fix wonky stitches that are in a finalized embroidery design. You can go in there and get rid of them and move them around or whatever. And the knockdown stitch that is great as a backing around. It's a knockdown. It knocks down a pile on fleece or towels if you want to monogram towels. Okay, that's really, really pretty. Okay, that's right. $1,000 is a bargain. You could even, I would think it's really around 900 is where we're at. Plus there's no shipping because it's a download. You don't have to pay for shipping or anything like that. So, all right. So because I'm going to that class, we're encouraged to print out or stitch out a name tag. Now, the great late Deborah Jones said there are those who test and those who wish they did. And today I'm probably, hopefully not going to be one of those who wish they did, because I did not do a test stitch out. We're going to do the first time together and see how it goes. All right. So I want to share my screen with you guys. And we're going to jump over to the Embrilliance website. And I want to show you what it is that we're doing. Okay. This is a free design. Let me back up. I'm going to take you to Embrilliance Express, which is a free module of Embrilliance that you can get. I have a link to it below the video. If you would use that link, I'd appreciate it. You can click on that and jump over to there. And I'm going to show you how to activate Express after you download it. All right. Yeah, there. Oh, my bad. Hold on a second, you guys. Okay. So after you download Embrilliance Express, here is the Mac version of it right there. And here is the Windows version of it right here. Once you install it, and there's your PDF manuals if you want to see how to use them. Here's the online help. Once you install it, it's going to ask you for a serial number. Just ignore that and click done. And when you do that, okay, you are going to be able, Embroiance will pop up, and it's going to teach you how to install and use Express and BX fonts and how to open BE files. All right. So remember I told you BE files are the working file for Embroiance. Now, Embroiance has its own font extension, and that's called BX. And the beauty of BX fonts, let me, okay. The beauty of BX fonts is it allows you to type in a word or whatever you want, a phrase, whatever you want. Yeah, and that's how it begins. It starts on Express, and after that, you're hooked and off you go. That's the point of Express. So Embroiance Express, which is free, allows you to play with BX fonts. And in BX, you can type a word and pop it up, and all of the letters pop up. And for the most part, they're already what we call kerning. Those of you that have ever played with word processors, the letters are kerned so that they all nest up together to make a word. Other embroidery software that doesn't have that feature to it, you have to, if I want to type in Becky, I have to drag in the B, drag in the E, drag in the C, get them all just right, line them up flat, blah, blah, blah. You don't have to do that with BX fonts. And BX fonts are proprietary to Embroiance, okay? But Express will also allow you to print, which is why if you've ever done a Designs by Juju, end-to-end quilting design, you can print that out on a sheet of paper so that you can use it to align your pattern on your project to embroider. So, yeah, everybody's on here that uses it says it is so worth it. $139 for essentials is the best money you will spend in embroidery software, I promise. There's also another little module of Embroiance, and it is called Thumbnailer. It is not part of the embroidery software. You have to register a separate serial number with it. It's like 40 bucks, you guys. It's dirt cheap. That allows you to see your embroidery designs as pictures in your file folders on your computer, which is worth every stinking penny more, okay? It's definitely a nice feature. Okay, so yes, Alpha Tricks is another module. It will allow you, Brenda says she started with Alpha Tricks. Alpha Tricks allows you to take pre-existing fonts. So Deborah Jones explained it like there's a font and an alphabet. Okay, let's call it, if you have embroidery, what was sold to you as a font, but you have to drag in each letter at a time, you're dragging in each letter of the alphabet. All right. Whereas a font, like a BX font, you can just type it and you're good to go. You can type your whole word and the whole thing pops up. And that's what we're going to do. Alrighty. I hope I'm not too, yeah, Thumbnailer is a must. Spend the extra 40 bucks, you guys. It's worth every penny. Everybody loves it. Those modules cost or come with it. So each module is a different thing. Okay. Essentials is its own module. And so anyway, right now I'm just going to focus on Embroiance Essentials, and the Embroiance Essentials screen that I'm going to be looking at is very much like Embroiance Express. They're almost identical, except with Embroiance Essentials. Well, you can save and transfer the design to your machine as well. Let me, I think I transferred it. I'm not sure. Let me turn on my embroidery machine. Hold on a second here. Oh, y'all, it's going to be a beautiful sunny day here in South Texas. Love it. When you, hold on a second. Come alive. There we go. Okay. Sorry, I should have done that ahead of time. Okay. Before you can transfer designs to your machine, you need to make sure it has been turned on wirelessly. Okay, you need to make sure it has been turned on. Well, hi, Nora. You made a live all the way from where are you at? You're down in Panama, aren't you? Or somewhere down in our friends in Mexico down there? Glad you're here, Nora. Okay, so I want to stop sharing this with you. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to bring up the page where we need to get the design. So let me do that. And it is I've got a link to it below, okay, below the video where it says ... more. Tap that and it'll open up all my links, okay? And it is for the free My Name Is badge, all right? And you've got a couple of different ways that you can do this, all right? You can do it as an applique or you can do it as straight embroidery, all right? So if you look at the 3 pictures here, this is an in the hoop project with a finished back. Okay. So it looks, she's got some batting in there and some light fabric. And then here, Lisa Shaw is the instructor. She made this. Okay. So here it is. She left the fabric a little bit larger and trimmed it with pinking shears, which is very cute. And then this one, it says thread badge, but this one is an embroidery only design. So the whole back of the badge, that white part is all stitches. Okay. That's all stitches. All right. So let me get back over there. We're going to scroll down. So the first set of instructions, step by step, is an in the hoop project, meaning it'll be completely done in the hoop. All right. And it has a finished back. And then she goes through and tells you how to do it. And she's got this is water soluble stabilizer. We're going to talk about those in a minute. Okay. And you can see, I want you to notice hers is a white, it looks like paper almost. Okay. This stabilizer. And she doesn't tell you what kind of stabilizer. So you're going to get your placement line. You're going to put down your fabric and your batting. It's going to tack it down. You're going to trim it away. And then it's going to stitch out the rest. You're going to add a magnet to the back. You'll put a bar on there. Okay. Put your backing fabric over it. Adhere the back. This is the kind I am making today. This is what I'm doing. Okay. Now I want you to notice right here, see how it kind of goes down in a little bit. I believe it looks a little floppy there because of the type of stabilizer she used, I believe, but that's fine. It's not that big of a deal. Okay. It's all about your tolerance of what you want. And here we go. Here is another one. This was a bonus, the quick badge. She just skipped some color stops, threw some fabric down on it, and just stitched it out. Okay. It does not have a finished back that I'm aware of. Now, when you are doing your stitch file, it's really important that you go into your preferences and uncheck, remove overlaps when saving stitch files. You're going to want to turn off remove hidden stitches. I'll explain that to you in just, well, so on the, let's see here. Okay. So where am I at? On the remove hidden stitches on this one, what happens is Embrilliance automatically removes stitches that are overlapped by other stitches. So the way this design was digitized is when you stitch the backing on, it'll take away the stitches from the front or vice versa, something, and it won't work. And so you've got to be sure to do that. Dcraft wants to know, do you need a powerful computer to run the program? No, ma'am, not at all. You can use this. This program was actually designed to run originally back in the day on like Windows 95. So you do not need a super powerful computer to do it. You do not. That's a nice thing too. In the software world, y'all, I was a cybersecurity for the Air Force for almost 20 years. So I'm a little familiar with software and development and all that kind of thing. This is what we would call a lightweight program. So it doesn't take it's a quick zip file download and you're done. Boom. Okay. Because it doesn't contain loads and loads of a library of images. Embroidery, the images and whatnot for embroidery designs themselves are very lightweight. They're just a couple of K. They don't take anything. Okay. So, all right. So let me add this back on here. All right. So then, the thread only badge, here's where you can see it better. And this doesn't look floppy. Okay. And this is all stitching. This requires a really, really strong stabilizer in order to handle this because of this edge right here. This is a very dense, this whole thing is very dense. Now this edge on a patch, there was a special machine. Now this has been digitized to mimic that machine, but this patch edge right here was made on what is called a marrow machine. And you've seen it. If you've ever looked at a real patch, it'll have like a little tail hanging off the back of it, right? A real patch that you bought commercially. So this edge is digitized, and that's why patch artist used to be called Marrow Lee. And it's because this mimics a marrow design. Okay, hold on a second. Oh, camera's off. Really? All right, I got you guys. Hold on. My camera's off. I see the screen. Black screen. Okay, you guys. No. Show on stage. Are we still black? What's going on here? You can't see, it's all black. That's weird. Hold on a minute. Okay, no image. I got you. The camera is not off. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Let me see what. All right, stop texting. Oh, you got it? Okay. God, Lisa, bing, 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 bing. Okay. So that's me. Okay. But you can only see me. So let me do the share screen again. All right. Are we better? I was seeing it on my screen, you guys. Will you be able to download the free design if I only have the demo? All right, Janie, you don't want to use the demo version of Embrilliance because there is Embrilliance demo. You want to use Embrilliance Express. Two different things, and that's why I linked to it below. Okay, if you meant to say Express, yes, you're able to download. You can download the free design all you want. It's the ability to pull it up in the software. Okay, you're good now. Sorry, you guys. Okay, so that patch edge, if you're using the Embrilliance demo version, let's make it, there's two different things, you guys. There's Embrilliance demo and Embrilliance Express. Two different animals. You need to download the link below that I have for you there, and it says free Embrilliance Express, and it has a tiny URL. Click that. That's where you're going to go. If you have previously downloaded the Embrilliance demo module, you won't be able to do this because it won't allow you to save. It won't allow you to play with, to transfer the design or print it. Nothing. You can't do anything with demo. Okay. All right. We're back. Sorry, you guys. My streaming software gave me some other options for scenes, and I think that's what happened. Okay. So let me get back over here. So this edge right here is what is called a marrow edge in the embroidery world, and it was made by a marrow machine. This particular edge on the purple here, this was digitized this way, okay? And here, right below this one, this is where you download the free embroidery designs, all right? This is where you download it. So you want to click that and download the zip file to do that. Okay. Are we all on the same page? All right. Let's see. Am I going to digitize my own name tag? Yes, absolutely. Sure am. Okay. Well, I'm using their template. This is a template that we're all going to play with. So I want to open up my downloads. And okay. So I want to share, let me see here. Once you unzip the file, you're going to get a folder called name badge. So let's go and take a look at that. All right. Oh my gosh, you guys, those of y'all that have my phone number have just texted me. I appreciate your help. Thank you very much. But I got overloaded. So let me share screen with y'all. I appreciate it. I don't want to go along for days. Let me do a share. I've got a lot of embroidery shots here. I mean, designs and whatnot. But here's the name badge folder. Okay. And when you click it, let me make sure you can see what I see. You're going to get 2 files in here. And let me go up to view and we're going to go to large icons. So see how it says name badge marrow.be? That is the one that is fully embroidered. All right, with that marrow edge around it. This one has a marrow edge on it too, but she just called it name badge marrow. This is the one that is fully embroidered. Namebadge.be, that is the one that is applique, and this is the one that I'm going to do. Okay, so that's what it looks like inside of that zip file that you get. All right. So let me close this up. Stop sharing that. Okay. So if you have patch artists, yes, you can create your very own custom badges. You certainly can. If you have patch artists, you can make your own patches. And you guys, that's essentially what we're doing today is we're creating a patch. She called it a name badge, but it's really a patch is what we're doing. And she created it well, they changed the name from Merrily because nobody knew what that was to Patch Artist. So, yeah, Merrily. It from the Marrow machine. Okay. If you're doing this for a group, doing them on felt would be the expedient way. That is true, Annie. You're absolutely right. There's a lot of different products you can use, and I'm going to talk to you guys about that in a minute. All right. So now I want to go to Embrilliance. Let me open this up and show you what. So when you first open Embrilliance, so here is the applique. All right. Let me make sure. Yeah. So here is the applique. And this is the one in the objects. Again, see, this looks very much like Windows. Okay. We have file, new, open, save, the old floppy disk, a printer, copy, paste, undo, redo. There's density things. Here is your stitch simulator, blah, 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 blah. I don't want to go through over all of these. This button right here is Stitch Artist. We're not going to use that at all. And I think I have Patch Artist installed, but I can't remember. Anyway, okay. So this is your main stage where you do all of your designing. Okay. And right here, this is the objects panel. This is a list of all of the elements that make up the object on the screen. So if it has a plus sign, you can click it and it opens up, and you can, if you click on it, you can see the individual piece. Okay. So then there's your letters for that, and there's the final design. Okay. Now, if you notice down here, this is the properties box. Okay. The properties, if you click on something like this, notice that the properties change. So the properties box describes what makes up the element you are clicking on. Okay, so we have the objects box, the objects panel. Okay, this is a little panel and this is a panel. The objects panel talks about the object that is on the screen. All right, and then inside of each one of these, when you click something different, the properties of each element of the object change. So this allows you to individually manipulate each piece of the design, which is very cool. Okay, that's very cool and very easy. That pretty much is it for the format, for the whole landscape of what you're going to be playing on. That's why I really like this. It's very simple. Okay. So this name badge marrow right here, this is the embroidery all design. There's no applique in this. Okay. So if we come back over here to name badge up here on these tabs, if I come to namebadge.be, there's your placement line. Okay. Let me click that open. There's your placement line. All right. And it's going to do 2 stitches. I'm pretty sure she created a stop in there. There's a placement line for your fabric, and then another line for the tack down. She created a stop in there between them, okay, that we can't see. Usually embroidery designers digitizers will do 2 separate ones. She just did it in one. There's the my name is, okay. There is the name that you can custom edit in Embroidery Express. And here is the design, okay, that does the marrow edge and the little line right here. Okay. And again, she created color stops. When you click that open, you've got color stops like this here, here, there, and the decorative stitch up over the top of it. Okay. And then if you click off of it, you can see all of the different stitches in the whole thing. Okay. Oh, you can scroll your mouse wheel and it will get bigger for you if you need. So if you have Embroidery Express opened, all you need to do is click on this and see the name Lisa here in the properties box. Okay. And you can highlight that and just type your name that you want. I typed Frito and click set and it switches. And that's it. That's all you need to do. You are done and you are ready to go stitch it out. That's how simple it is, okay, to be able to do that. Frito gets a name tag. How cool, okay? Let me see. You replaced your Essentials program, but you're wanting to look at Express and update Essentials at the same time. Did I lose all my previous thread colors? No, Mama Amazing, you did not. No, you didn't. Why would you go backwards? I don't know why you'd go backwards. Her name is too big. Okay. If the name is too big, click on the name and grab the little handles and drag it down. See how it stays. Now, when you're manipulating these letters, don't grab a little letter all on the green box all by itself. Okay. If you're manipulating letters, highlight the object you want to move and just grab it on the thread part and move it. Okay. If you want to align it, then there is an align. If you want to align it just right, let's get all the letters. Hold on. Let's get all the letters even across the bottom. Okay. Let's get all the letters even across the bottom. Highlight the letters, select the object that you want to, I don't want to mess with that one. I want to mess with this one. Select the object you want to play with. Okay. And then right up here, there is a button for alignment, align and distribute. Now my streaming software is not going to let you see the pop-up box, but there is on the lower left, it says bottom, align bottom and click apply. And these are too far apart. Hold on. These are too far apart. They need to be closer together, but they're not exact. They need to be right, but they're not exact. Okay, let me click off and click back on that and then align it. Go to alignment and click bottom and apply. And that didn't work. Why didn't that work? I don't know why that didn't work. Well, it's supposed to. Oh, because they're all one object. That's why. Yeah, that's all one object. Align only works with different objects, separate objects. So don't mess with the alignment if you can. Okay, you guys. So over here, this is my badge. I was able to import an image in Stitch Artist of the fabric I'm going to use. Okay. And I did go to the trouble of fixing up all of the colors. Over here, you can click on a color chip and a thread dialog box will pop up and allow you to change colors if you want. Okay, sorry you couldn't see that. And I also did a copy and paste of the entire design, and I put it on another tab just to change my font to see which one I liked better. And I like this one. Okay, so that is what mine is going to look like. All right, let me see here. Group first. They're all one thing, Peggy. I see what you're saying, to go in and group. This is not a lesson in Embrilliance, you guys. I'm just kind of showing you how to change your name. Click that. Okay. And what she is saying, you can go up to, I think it's edit, and you'll get a group, but they're all grouped as one object right now anyway. All righty. So where do you download the file? You go to the more section. Let's see. Where do you download the file? Okay, David, you're going to download the file. Go below my video in the more ... Okay, and it says Embrilliance Express. There's a coupon also if you want to buy Embrilliance. And then there is a link also to the name badge, the free name badge. And you can click that, and that's where you can download the file for free. How did I get my fabric in the name tag? Pam, that is a feature in Stitch Artist that allows you to import an image. Okay. I went out on the internet and found my fabric, and then I made a web copy of it. I used a screenshot and then imported that screenshot into it. Okay. All right, so that's what my badge is going to look like. And that helped me a lot to be able to do that. This is a very powerful program, you guys. You won't be able to see this, but I am going to make sure that it is sent to my embroidery machine. And I'm going to utility Wi-Fi to Brother Baby Lock. And I'm going to send it over there, name tag, and tell it okay. And it says file sent to the machine. If you are using if you don't have a wireless machine, you can file save as and save the design in your embroidery machine format and put it on a USB and take it on a USB. So, okay, let me make sure I'm not missing any questions now. All right, Embrilliance needs an operating system. Yes, it will not work on a Chromebook. Not at all. You cannot use that. How did I change the font? Okay, that's a great question. Let me show you how to do that. When you click on the letters, okay, and you see your, oh, hold on a minute. You can't see that. Just a minute. Okay. So when you click on the letters right here, and you've typed your name and everything right there, it'll give you the font. That's my font that I'm using. If you have Embrilliance Essentials installed, okay, and I'm not sure if Express lets you do it or not, but you can import other BX fonts, and then you can click on this button right here. Let me do that. Hold on. You can click on this button right here, and it'll let you change your fonts. Hold on a second here. I want to see if you see what I see. You do not. Y'all, there is a ginormous list right here of 100 plus 200 fonts. And the fonts that come in Embrilliance, there are several fonts that come in Embrilliance Express that you can play with. Okay. But you're not going to be, you can't see mine. You don't have the picture again? That is so weird. I'm going to talk to Spotify because whatever they did messed up my now can you see it? Because I can see it. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. You should. Can you see it now? Let me know. Y'all, I'm sorry. My streaming software has a new thing over here for scenes, and I'm not going to play with that anymore because I can't. All right, I'm going to stop sharing this, and we're going to go over and get on the camera, and I'm going to show you some stabilizers and all of that. Okay, we're good. Perfect. So I'm going to put this other
camera
up.
And I'm going to remove this one. I'll be over there with you guys in a minute.
Okay. Okay. Let me see here. All righty. I think we are good. I'm going to raise this up. Do I have sound? Okay. Thank you. That is so strange. Okay. Do we have picture and sound? Sound is good. Is picture good? Alrighty. Today's shirt is cute. Good. Yeah. Money can't buy happiness, but it can buy fabric and thread, right? All right. Perfect. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Bernadette, you're so sweet. Thank you, darling. Alrighty. So I want to show you guys. Let me back out a little bit if I can. We have no screen. Wait, hopefully that's an old. Okay. Pick and sound are good. Thank you, Vicki. All right. So let me talk to you guys about, and we're very dark because of the light behind me. Let me turn this. There we go. All right. We're going to talk about stabilizers. That's where I was, and here's where we're at. Okie dokie. So I'm going to be using a traditional hoop in this particular stitch out, you guys, because of the density of the stitch, especially if you're going to be doing the embroidery only. I recommend a traditional hoop so it's nice and tight. It might work with a magnetic hoop. Give it a try. Test it first. Okay. So this is a dime hoop mat. This prevents your hoop from sliding around anywhere with just a little bit of pressure, which I really, really like. Okay. You're in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico, Bill. Awesome. All right. So let's talk about water-soluble stabilizers, because this patch, you'll notice it doesn't have any. You can trim stabilizer away very closely, but I don't like that. So we have all kinds of stabilizers going on here, okay? And I've linked them below the video, but I like what I have. I don't have any of the dime. So again, remember I told you we're making patches. Dime has a patch making kit. This has the stickies to make it patch attach. If you want to iron on your patches right there, it's got this, and it has a very heavy duty stabilizer in it and a piece of twill. And it comes with all of these patch frames on the back. So if you want to make your name a different style, you can use the freebies that come with this. It's a download, okay? And you don't have to have dime software. You can download these into Embroidery and use them, okay? Remember, we talked at the beginning about that. You can use cork. Knock yourself out. That'd be great. They also sell poly patch twill. Now, I'm talking about the fabrics that are going to go inside. You need something for patches that is very stiff, that's going to withstand that super heavy duty. Can't you see it? Janie, you can't see it. You're going to try it later and listen. Okay. So you need a heavy duty something in the hoop for your stitches to stand up on. Okay. Because you're going to get rid of the stabilizer, probably. Now, Sulky has all kinds of different water solubles, and they call them Solvy. All right. So you have, and they all read the same on the front, except down here at the bottom, it'll tell you at the bottom, this is a light, and this feels a lot like Glad Press and Seal. Okay. It's very floppy. all right, like cellophane, sort of. This is used on top of fabrics that have a high nap, like towels or fleece or something like that. Okay. They have a medium, okay, and this is a sticky Fabri-Solvi. So this feels like a fabric. I haven't even opened it yet. And then they have the Ultra Solvi. Now I'm going to be using Ultra Solvi, and this is heavy. And what this is it's opaque, kind of. It's very strong. This is very much like this. This is the heavy duty that's in here. They're not identical, but it's very much like it. But this is heavy enough to withstand that marrow edge that is around the patch edge. Okay. That's heavy enough to withstand it. This is not. This will disintegrate as the needle goes through it too many times. I need to put my stuff back because I'm playing with my toys here. Now, Lisa used, I suspect, something much like Pellon's 541 Wash and Gone. This is great for lace, okay, freestanding lace and that kind of thing. I've used it plenty of times. It works well. You can get this at Walmart. It's pretty inexpensive, okay. Where do you find the file for the name tags? Pamela, it's in the description box below the video. There is a link to it, okay. So what I want to do, don't use your rotary cutter on this hoop mat. You don't want to do that. And I'm going to lay out my Ultra Solvi. And I might use 2 layers of it. I don't know. And I'm just going to make sure I've got extra. Now, there's a little bit of extra up here on the top and bottom. Don't do that. Okay. We want to have a good inch all the way around. If you are going to use something like this, I would recommend using little T-pins to slip in between the 2 edges so that it will hold and not pull in. You're going to get a lot of pull compensation with this design because you're making a patch. Those of you that have made patches, if you know any tips and tricks, please yell out in the let us know in the chat. Okay. So I've got links to all this stuff below, you guys. And we'll see how we do with just 1 layer. If it doesn't work, I'll do 2. We should be okay with 1. Now, how do you do the T-pin trick, right? So that's just hoop really easy like that. Let me see if I have T-pins handy. I don't think that I do. No, I don't know where they are, you guys. I haven't done it in so long. But essentially what you do is you take a T-pin and you kind of weave it in and out flat on the side, okay? And when you weave it in and out flat on the side, just go in and out a little bit and lay the T-pin so that the head of it is across both pieces of the hoop. And that's going to make sure that the, okay. Yeah, y'all do a thumbs up, please. Let me see here. Okay. This is nice and taut. I think I want it to be just a little bit tighter. Where's my screwdriver for that? I don't know. Yeah. Oh, here it is. Okay. I have the Brother screwing tool. I love this thing. So you take the little screwdriver and put it inside, and then that is meant to go over this and slip into this screw and tighten. And it's so good for my arthritic fingers. See, it wasn't tight enough. There we go. Very handy. Love that. So that's going to hold that nice and tight. Okay. And on my fabric, I put some SF101 on the back to give it some more stability to withstand the heavy stitching. And I'm going to stitch it, I think, like this. And here is the back. Okay. So there we go. All done. If it doesn't work out, I'll make it again. I'm repeating myself. Yeah, that tool is awesome. It's great. Let me put this up, back out a little bit. Okay. There. And I'm dark because of the light behind me. It is so easy on your hands. That tool is wonderful. All right. Again, I did not do a test stitch out of this. So if I need 2 layers of it, I'll stitch it again. I have more fabric. Now, as I lament all the time, I'm too low. Let me lift myself in my new chair. Thank you all. As I lament all the time, I'm not good with picking fabrics. Okay, so I reached for the strawberry lemonade line that I am using in the Brightly Sampler quilt. And I went in, this is going to be my background fabric. So I went and found all of the colors that were in the background fabric. Okay. And I pulled them. And then I held these up against my thread wall and chose my threads. And then I put them into Embroidery and changed the thread color so I could see what I was doing. Just because I mean, I didn't have to do that. I generally don't. Usually I just pick my own threads and go, but I wanted to see what it was going to look like. Okay. Is this wash away stabilizer? Yes, ma'am, it is. Water soluble stabilizer. Let me move the machine. Now, another thing that I did, y'all, I don't want you to have glare. Another thing that I did, just so you know, I made a bobbin that is the same color as the edging. I'm going to change out my bobbin when it comes time to stitch that edge all the way around, so it's just as pretty on the back as it is on the front. So that's a cool little tip. Where did I get the magnet for the back? You can, Cynthia, you can get them on Amazon. I am sacrificing one of my Sew Tights magnets. And y'all, I'm going to use the Sew Tights HD. It's a little bit bigger and a little bit heavier duty. Lisa said that in the email she sent to us that it's very cold in that room. And so I don't know what I'll ever be wearing it on, but I want it to be heavy enough to hold, you know, if I have it on a coat or something like that, or a sweater or whatever. So, okay. What takes you to the previous video? You've never seen this before? Oh, okay. All right. I've also got some double-sided tape. I'm going to use that to help keep the magnet backing in place on the back side of the hoop. Okay. All right. So I'm going to touch my screen and go to embroidery. I have a normal 70 weight bobbin in there right now. And I've got the orange thread color in. It's already loaded in the machine because orange is the first stitch color that you're going to see that matters. So the first couple of stitches are the edges to tell me where to put down my fabric. I am not putting batting in mine. I don't want it to look quilted. Okay. So I've got just SF101. It'll be fine. Okay. So I'm going to stitch the placement line and all that down in orange. And it doesn't matter because that's eventually going to be covered up by that final red stitch edge. Okay. Okay. Got a doctor's appointment. See you, Karen. Okay. Bye-bye. Oh, okay. Becky says Hobby Lobby has the name tag magnets too. Okay. There we go. All righty. So let's get busy with this, shall we? So we've talked about stabilizers, and y'all just need to make sure you've got a really good stabilizer in there, okay? If you have Stitch Artist 1 and you want to buy 3, do you have to buy 2? No, ma'am. Scotty Dog, you do not. Stitch Artist 3 contains 1 and 2. Don't buy Stitch Artist 3 by itself. There's an upgrade. If you want to wait until we get done, we can email about that if you want, okay? Next to Stitch Artist on the side menu in Embroidery, there's a little arrow. Click that. It'll have it. It's a drop down and it'll open up. And down at the bottom, it'll say upgrades. And then you can just buy the upgrade from 1 to 3. Okay. And it's cheaper that way because you've already paid for 1. All right. So we're going to go. All righty. I need to pull up my design. And I'm going to go to memory, the pocket for memory on the Brother machine. I sent it wirelessly. And we're going to go to name tag. Here it is, right there, and set. Now I'm using the 5x7 hoop. I could have used the 4x4. I recommend that. You want as little movement as possible. You also save stabilizer that way. I couldn't find my 4x4 of standard. So I could put the magnetic name tag badges in my Amazon store. I could, Sandy. Yes, I will. I will. If you want to get them on Amazon, absolutely. All right, so we're ready to go. All I have to do, because it's already been done in Embroidery, all I have to do is touch embroidery and pretty much just go. I've got a green button here. I made sure, can you use cutaway on the back? If you use a cutaway stabilizer, you're going to see a white fuzzy edge around the outside of your, why not use the magnetic hoop quilt winch? This has a strong pull compensation, this whole design. Okay, so let me show you what we've got here. I'll just zoom in so y'all can watch. You don't want to look at my face. You see me all the time. Let's look at the embroidery, okay? So that is just the placement line, okay? And I'm going to take some embroidery tape. Where's my embroidery? Do I have it over here? Oh, I have it over here already. All right. And I'm going to tape down. Now, again, I've got Pellon's SF101 on the back of my fabric. Okay. I'm going to tape it down. How pretty. These are so handy. If you guys are going to guild meetings, maybe American Sewing Guild, you're going to do something, seminars, anywhere, you know, that you're going to do any kind of, maybe back out just a tiny bit so you can see the button. There we go. Yeah, under the video, you guys, there is, it says, it's the description box, and it'll say more ... Click that and it'll open it up. Thank you so much, Chris, for helping Patty. That's nice. Start with essentials. This is, you can do this in Embroidery Express, which is the free version, but essentials is going to allow you to do a lot more. Okay, this is the tack down line. And now what I want to do is trim around the outside of the hoop. So I need to pull the hoop. Okay. And we're going to look down. So standard embroidery, like the, where's my other scissors? The ones, I'll use these. Okay. So standard is usually a 3 millimeter, that satin edge all the way around. So you want to get as close as possible. Use a pair of curved scissors and just hold them straight so that you don't cut into the thread. If you do cut the thread a little bit, it's fine. You might want to take a glue stick and glue it back under. Okay. And I'm just trimming this away. Very close. A little tip. If you're right-handed, trim clockwise. If you're left-handed, trim counterclockwise. That puts the scissor blade that's doing all the cutting work closest to the threads. You'll get a much nicer, cleaner trim. Try not to have fuzzies if possible. Okay, there we go. If you've got little fuzzies and you want to clean them up, you can use some little tiny snips like this. Okay, that tip helped a lot. Great, Charlene, I'm glad. All right, let's put it back into the machine. You guys, if you're brand new, when you go to put your hoop into the machine, just place your hand on here just to kind of stabilize it. That prevents you from shoving the hoop with the, taking the hoop and shoving the whole arm backwards. If that happens, then you need to start all over, okay? You need to turn the machine off and start all over. All right. Now it's going to stitch the my name is, and let's see how it does with this heavy stitch. And this is the orange. Okay. You can't get the download either. You can't do it on a phone. Are you on a desktop or laptop? Let's see how this looks. Woo, this is running right along. Oh, you can go out of YouTube and back in? Okay. Oh, that's pretty. Lisa digitized this. She did a good job. Oh, you're on an iPad. No, you can't get it on an iPad. No, an iPad is a mobile device. You need to do it either on a laptop or a desktop. Okay. You need, yeah, you're not going to be able to do it on an iPad. You might be able to download it, but you can't use it. No phone, no iPad. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm with you guys. Hold on a second. Hold on a second, y'all. All righty, there we go. Back in business. Sorry about that. Okay. If y'all are using a chair with arms and you have an embroidery machine, make sure that arm is underneath there so you don't bump it accidentally. Hold on. Boo, yeah, low battery came up, I know. Yay! Fix it. No, it was my fault. Sorry about that. Gee, that's funny. My iPad's only good for target practice. This is stitching very nicely. So whatever size magnet you need, it needs to be smaller than the embroidery design for sure. That's all. So this embroidery design is 2.48 by 3.89. So something smaller than, anything smaller than like a 2 or 2.5 inch magnet ought to be fine. All right, I need to change my thread color. What's next? The Becky is next. Okay. And the Becky is done in this pretty aqua. Mm-hmm. I got too much thread off the spool. Let's see here. Okay. I tie mine off at the top. Okay. See you later, Joyce. Have a great day. I know you guys got to go. Embroidery Thursday always runs long. All right, let's go. Now, if you only have Embrilliance Express, you're not going to be able to add in any extra fonts, okay? But if you've got regular Embrilliance, you can add in all the fonts you want. But Express allows you, how do you attach the magnet to the back of the patch? It's the backing, and I'm going to put double-sided tape on it. I hope it doesn't come loose and float around. I don't know. Think about that. No, this machine is not loud at all. You have the Dime software, Donna. Dime's got good software. Yep. Keith's show is on today. Yes, at 1 p.m. Central. Yes. Oh, that's stitching out beautiful. The font that I'm using is a Designs by Juju font to do the Becky. Oh, you're going to an Embroidery Essentials class today? Deborah, you're going to love it. I'm going to her Essentials class in San Antonio. I'm taking all of them. Whatever she's teaching, I enrolled in it, so I can go. I'll be there all 3 days. I can't wait. It's at the end of the month. So that's got me thinking. You guys got any idea of how to use? So I have double-sided tape to help keep the magnet back in place. Let's see. Yeah, too bad I can't make a packet to hold the magnet. Imagine you could. I'm trying to think. Fabric tack. Well, I don't have any batting, so hot glue. Good idea. There you go. Why didn't I think of that? Let's hope it gets warm enough by the time. I don't know if it will. Machine plate? What does that mean, Bonnie? I don't know what that means. The storage under my long arm, Lisa, I got it Wayfair. There is there's a link below the video that says around my sewing room, and there's a section. If you scroll down under all those links, it says around my sewing room, and I've got a link to those. A little envelope style pouch would work great. Yep. Heat and bond won't work. Keith does not have his own show. He's going to be here on the Power Tools with Red. This is puckering. Not happy. I should have used a piece of twill underneath this fabric. It's not that big of a deal. We'll see. We've got one more thread color change now for the decorative stitch under the My Name Is. That is so cool that I was able to see what this is going to look like. Now, this is Madeira Poly Neon. I was stitching before with Isacord, and I could not find the color green that I wanted to match this color palette in the fabric line. So I had to go digging. I have one of those 3-drawer thread chests that I got years and years and years ago. And so I might make this again. We'll see. Okay. I had emailed Lisa Shaw and told her I was going to be doing this today with y'all. You were always told not to cut your fabric until you're done with embroidery. Interesting, Kim. I imagine that would work. Like cut it now instead of cutting it before. That's a good point. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, because it might pull in too short for that narrow edge to catch it. Okay. So now what I need to do is attach the magnet to the back. And then, uh-oh. Alrighty. And put the backing fabric on. That's what I should have done. I shouldn't have trimmed it when they said. I might stitch this again if it doesn't come out good. Alrighty. So let's see if my hot glue gun is hot enough yet. I don't know that it is. I don't think that it is. I want it to be hot enough. This one's my test. Yeah, I'll stitch it again. I can. That's a good idea, though. See, there's a lot of smart people in our group, and I love it that we all share everything. Okay. So I'm going to put this double-sided tape on the back. And I'm just going to put it right here. That way I know it's not going to, the needle isn't going to hit it at all anywhere. Okay. I should have that little felt pad under here, and I don't. It's over on the other machine. So that's on. That tape is going to hold it. I think that'll be fine for the test. We'll see. If the test doesn't work, then I will, y'all, you know what? I don't have one of those wool pads underneath. I'm going to put a piece of fabric to give me some stability here. Okay. Yep. Just like this. Okay. We'll see how that works. Stitching it down that way. Whoop, that's not good. It's too floopy. Too floopy. You could also, hold on a second here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this tape. No, I don't know if the magnet will stick to the machine. No, this is not the magnet. This is the backing. This is not magnetic. The magnet part, I'm going to put a piece of tape on there. There. That solves the hot glue problem. That should not come loose. I mean, it might a couple of years from now, but that's okay. Okay. Yeah, this is not magnetic, so it's not going to stick on the back. Whoops. Why is fabric upside down? Oh, it's the backing. This is how you do an in the hoop project. You'll see. Hold on a second. I'll show you. Okay. So that's on the back of the project. So it encloses the magnet on the back. Isn't that cool? So it's going to go around now and stitch down the backing to the project. So that's cool. So this is where she was saying stitch now after this particular stitch. You would want to trim both the top and the bottom. That's a good idea. You can watch it in full later. Yep. Okay. And now, so what she was saying earlier, now is when you would trim around the top and the backing. I don't know that it matters, but we shall see. Okay. So when you put it on the back, now is when I also need to change. Oops, I went the wrong way and I didn't get a good clean edge. It's not as narrow as it could be close to the stitching. Now I need to change my bobbin because I want the stitch on the back, to be as pretty as the stitch on the front. Okay. They make a wool pad to put underneath this, y'all. It's very handy. And I have one. I just didn't bring it over here. Why didn't I use regular stabilizer instead of Solvay? The stabilizer, this is a freestanding name badge. Okay. I'll show you in a minute. We're going to get rid of the stabilizer. You won't see it at all. It'll be great. Let me trim this, all these little knots. Okay. All right. Good. Y'all trust the process, okay? Okay, hold on. I got a little. You don't want fuzzies hanging out, you guys, because they will show on the outside. That's tape. They'll show on the outside of that satin stitch, and we don't want that. All right, so here we go. Now it's going to do the final stitch all the way around. Let me change out my bobbin. So I have a bobbin made of the same color. I've got tape on my finger. I have bobbin made of the same color. It's stuck to me. It's driving me crazy. Ah, I feel like a cat. Same color thread as the top. I'm going to do this. Okay. All right. I have had it with this tape on my finger. There, it's gone. And let me put that in. Okay. And change out my thread. Alrighty. Very good. And it's going to go, it has 2 stitches it's going to do, I think. Or no, this is the big narrow patch edge. Let's see. What was the issue, Charlene? What was the same question? This will be better with 2 hoopings. Create badge in the first and then stitch the badge on solvy in a second and add narrow edge. Yeah, but lining that up is hard. Lining up the badge and the narrow edge is hard. No, you can see chat during the live and the replay, both. You have to have that clicked on your device. I don't have control over that, you guys. Okay, so Dime makes, I'll show you guys these while we're waiting on that to stitch. Dime makes all of these hoop pad mats. So the ones that are thick like this, these are designed for you to iron on the back if you're going to do that. So the ones that are thick like this are for multi-needle hoops because they're a different, thickness. Here's one of their older ones. It's got a handle on it. These started with, these are the brainchild of Reen Wilcoxon from Embroidery Garden. And she sold the design to Dime, and they market it for her. So they're really, really good. Now here is the one. This is for the big hoop, 9 by 14 or 10 by 16. I don't know. These are really thin, and these are designed for the traditional hoops like this. Okay, but what it does is it gives you something to set your hoop on to work on the back of the hoop when you're doing in the hoop project. See, I don't have a 5 by 7 one. I just have these 2 big ones. So I've got the 8 by, I don't know, I think that might be the 10 by 10. So if you don't have them, you can certainly use a little wad of fabric, just like I did. But you want something, here's a 5 by 7 big one. You want something underneath that hoop if you're working on the back, because as you're pressing down on the back of the stabilizer, you want to, when you're pressing in the hoop, you can just use a regular press pad, okay? But these are really designed for the back of the hoop. It's tall so that the hoop sits over the top of it and prevents it from shifting. And as you press down on the back of the hoop, you have got something underneath it to prevent that stabilizer from being pulled in. They work wonderful. But if you don't have it, I showed you guys a workaround. Yeah. Oh, you're on an iPad and the chat goes away when you watch later. There's a way to do it on the iPad. You got to go down. There's some 3 buttons and swipe this over and do that. There's all these things. You can do it. Oh, look at that. All right. So here's our decorative stitch edge. And y'all, I don't know that I want to do it because my stabilizer has already come free right here. See that? And also up at the top. I feel like if I do the decorative stitch edge, this is why you have to use really heavy duty stabilizer. Okay. Maybe I should have used 2 layers, but that's the problem with that. So essentially it's finished. If I was to do the decorative stitch edge, I feel like it would probably fall apart and it mess up the entire thing. So I'm not going to do that on this particular one. So let's pop it out. And I have it in here so tight, I can't. I need to loosen it this way. Okay. Your cat thought your wool pads were scratching posts. Yeah. Lisa says I could slide another piece of stabilizer under there. I could tape another piece of stabilizer to the back. I've already loosened it. I can feel it's already shifted. So good idea. Yeah, good idea. I wasn't thinking that quick. Betty Boob's very, very savvy with this. All right, so here it is, right? And the idea is for you to be able to just pop this off. And you have a name badge. It looks okay. I wish that it wasn't a little puckered like it is, but it will work fine. All right, so here's the idea. Here's what it looks like on the back. See how pretty it is on the back? Now, if you have a little bit of stabilizer sticking out, all right, you can use a little bit of water and a Q-tip or a paper towel. Okay. I'm going to use a little water and paper towel just like this and just rub it along the edge like that. Now, if you are using like that Pellon's 541 wash and gone and it is still attached, just fold the wash and gone over so that your edge is very sharp and rub the water on it before you cut away the wash and gone. This just popped out because that's how this stabilizer behaves. Okay. So it was digitized pretty well. Can't complain. Okay. Always use 2 layers of the water. That's a good idea. It's kind of a rule of thumb. Maybe use 2 layers of water soluble, especially the 541 wash and gone. This looks great, you guys. There's my name badge. How cute. Didn't that turn out adorable? I love it. So here's the magnet part. Okay. And I used a heavy magnet. Oh, that works good. Ta-da. I think I wore a name tag once or twice in my life. This turned out great. A lot of fun. So I probably will make another one and use 2 layers of stabilizer, maybe trim it a little bit later. But you guys, this worked out just perfect. So this is how you make the applique one. If you are going to be doing the all embroidered one without applique, absolutely use 2 layers of stabilizer. Absolutely do that. So I think it looks fine. It's going to work just great for my class. Now I'm all set. I've got my homework sent in to Lisa on that PDF they told us to. And make it for the cruise. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. I love that. So we could wear, I mean, your name's on your lanyard on the cruise, but yeah, who's got the, it always flips around. So this has been fun. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. Again, if you are interested in getting Embroidery, there is a 10% off coupon right now, good through March 17th. And it has a coupon code. I've got links to it below. And give it a try. Although you can make this using the free module of Embroidery Express, but you get so many more options with regular Embroidery. $139, you guys. That's dirt cheap. Okay. And you can put your name on it and import a bunch of fonts from Designs by Juju. She has fabulous BX fonts. and you're good to go. All right. So I will talk to you tomorrow. Giveaway Friday. Come on back. We'll see you then. Go sew something. Bye.